Welcome, welcome. Welcome to our New York stream. Yeah. For today, we don't have any news for the USD or the Canadian. All right. Other than 1 a.m. later today. Right. Other than 1 a.m. later tonight, it's a 30-year bond auction from the US. So that will also actually impact the market a little, right? So we'll just see what we can get out of the New York session. All right. So yesterday I did not take any position because there's no confirmation for me, right? And I have a break below this low here, right? This low here, I have a break below. So I basically, for now, what I can see is a downwards movement for gold, right? But I would like to see this price retrace back to above the 50 first, all right? To be above the 50 and eventually comes in back to my 618 and 786 zone, all right? Then I will only look for a sell opportunity, all right? If we are looking on the hour 4, just based on candle wise, we do see a huge bearish movement, right? Since Tuesday, early morning Tuesday until basically last night, midnight, right? So it's basically on hour 4, you do see all bearish candles moving downwards, right? And if we look at yesterday's candle alone, it's already a very big bearish candle. All right, so like I said on the 15 minutes, I do see gold moving towards the downside. All right, I will look for sells basically at this level. All right, basically at this level here. Okay, as soon as price steps in, then I will actually look for sales opportunity. All right, so basically this would be my goal analysis. Obviously, my way of trading is not going to be like rushing into all the trades that I can get, but I would rather just get quality trades out of the market. Right? I don't want to start rushing and start losing my money into the market. Right? Moving on to GBP USD. All right, I do see a sell momentum as well, but right now, if this is going to break above, then we will look for a buy. Basically a newer range, right? For a buy range, then we will then take a buy position when the price retraces, right? Basically the price has retraced about this level here, right? I did not take this position as the news today afternoon it happened, right? It came back, and I also did not take since I don't see the movement going down, right? So I will just put this on hold until price breaks above, then I will look for a possible entry. Okay, so GBP NZD, I do see a opportunity to take a sell. All right, price has already came back into my zone here. All right, basically in my fit zone, right? What do I see is basically I do see this movement here moving to the upside, and if this is going to break below, breaking this change of character here, this line I put here, right? Then I will look for entries. So right now the price is here. I want to see this break. That's a retracement. and dump it back to the low here and eventually breaking this low as well. Alright, so this is what I get on GBP and ZD. Alright, so I will be looking for sells. I'll be looking for sells as when the price basically breaks this horizontal line that I've placed here. Alright, so this will be my take for GBP and ZD. Alright, we'll just go through a quick analysis before we look for possible entries. Alright, Euro JPY has broken above, and I have this range. Alright, basically anything in between the 618 and also the 786. Alright, so this will be my zone. Okay, moving on, Euro AUD, it's a rather big range. Alright, but like I've said yesterday, basically I took this trade, right? It hit PE, came back below. The CPI news pumped it and dumped, and then it retraced back, recovered, right? And currently it's still in the range, but I will not be taking this trade as it has already tapped into it many times, right? So I will just be waiting, either this price is going to break the upside or it's going to break below, alright? Which we will not know until we see some kind of movement, alright? TikTok, Farid Iskandar, this gold, no. This one is gold, right? So like I've said, this was my zone to actually take a sell right now. Okay, yesterday I was looking for buy, right? Because I have basically the range from here to here, so it was a buy, right? And as CPI came in, it broke below, right? CPI came, went downwards, pushed back to the upside, and then it dumped. Alright, and then I have a newer range which is from this all-time high all the way to this low here, which it created today early morning. Right, so basically I'll be waiting for price to retrace back to the 50 and then eventually tapping into my zone here, and then I will take a sell. Alright, so for gold I will just wait until I get a much more quality setup. Reason why I'm doing so is because I don't want to be rushing into trades, right? I just want to take all quality trades, and if I'm going to lose that trade, I'm going to cut my losses as less as possible, right? And I'm just going to maximize my profit, right? So that's what I would be doing for gold, because as you guys know, gold is very volatile, right? Gold is a pair that is very volatile, right? It can move up and down. Like if you look at CPI alone yesterday, right? Just this one of this bullish candle, right? It has gone to 213 pips, just one candle alone, right? So gold is a pair that is very volatile. It has a very huge movement, right? So I would like to avoid being trapped in that movement, right? So basically gold, I'm going to repeat it again. Gold, I'll be waiting for sell in this zone here. All right. Moving on, let's look at other pairs first to see if we have a possible entry. CHF JPY, this would be my range up here. Alright, this would be my range. I'm just going to wait until price pulls back, then I'll have a better confirmation. Alright, NZD JPY as well, this would be my range. I'm waiting for price to come back to this 618 and 786 level, basically in between these two blue lines. Alright, this will be my zone for buy. Alright, AUD JPY. AUD JPY has been pumping since today morning, basically last night midnight, right? Until now it has been pumping. I just want to see the movement going down, and then I will take a buy, right? Because we do see this huge movement. If we look at this 15, right, it has been ranging a while, and then it dumped here, right, and then it recovered, and then it ranged a while, and then it pumped higher, right? So I want to take a buy, but I will need it to be in a better zone for me to take a buy. Alright, so AUD JPY, I will wait until I get a solid confirmation here. Alright, AUD USD, It's another USD pair. I will be looking for sales. Actually, the price has tapped into that zone today in the afternoon, right? But basically, my zone is here to here. Right, we do see price tapped in, broke below. Just let me check how this has gone. Yep, so basically this has already triggered, and if we were to get into this position, it would already have hit our BE. Right? My entry would be something like this. All my entries are very tight stop losses. Right? If you look at just AUD USD, my stop loss is only 6 pips, about 7 pips. Right? It has basically it triggered at this price here. Came down. You could have taken partials, set the break even, hit our BE. Right? I will look for a second opportunity. Alright, I will look for a second opportunity. But I will need this price here to push above, breaking this high. Let me just show you why I'm saying it this way. Right, if you see this sign here, right, which means it's a liquidity that I'm aiming for. Which means if anyone that took a sell, about let's say at this level right now, right, I want to see this price basically going up because your stop losses will be above this high for sure, right? I want this price to hit those people's stop losses, come back down with a confirmation, right? And I'll get fit from here. Right, something like this. So I need this liquidity to be to happen, right? Basically, then I will have a much more stronger chance of the price moving downwards. All right, so AUD USD, I will keep a close eye on it. All right. Okay, moving on, let's look at AUD and ZD. Alright, AUD and ZD, we have some, we do have something, a possible sell that I'm looking at. Because we have this change here. And if we look, the price is currently at that zone, right? It's in between my 618 and my 786, right? But we have this high, which means we need to see price break this low, all right? To break this low, and then we can get a sell entry. So AUD and ZD will also be something for me that I'll be looking at, all right? AUD CHF. A very huge zone here, a range basically, a very huge range from this high to this low. Alright, price is not coming back to the 618. I'll wait for it to come back before I take a sell. Okay, Euro USD will be on my hour 4. So like I said, Euro USD is probably something that will happen by the end of this week or probably next week, right? Because from the current price, you need this to drop about 76 pip, right? It's not a lot, 76 pip, but if you look at a candle like this, a huge candle is only like 70 pip. So you want a big candle like this. Like CPI alone yesterday only gave what, 41 pips, right? So we want to see this dump here, then we will take a buy from here back to the upside. All right, because we do, if we zoom out, right, you see Euro USD has been coming down, right? It's been breaking and breaking and breaking. All of a sudden, at this level, it took a change. Went up, came back, went up, came back, went up, right? Right now, I need this to come back, and then go back up again, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so Euro USD will be a buy. Alright, let's look at GBP JPY. Alright, so GBP JPY also on my hour 4, we tap into my 0.5 level, so I can confirm this is my high. But I need the price to come back to this demand area. Right, probably something that will not happen this week. Let me check if tomorrow there's any news for GBP. Tomorrow and Friday also we don't have any news for GBP, but we have a very heavy USD pair news basically tomorrow and Friday. Right, it's a very heavy news for US dollar. Alright, so Euro USD we may be getting something tomorrow or Friday. GBP JPY probably next week, I'd say. Right, even today's 3 p.m. news didn't really give a huge impact to GBP JPY. Right, so I want to see this coming back down and then I'll buy it back up to the top. Right, GBP AUD on my hour 4 as well. Price came back to the 50, did not tap into the 618, and I'm basically waiting at this supply level here. Right, this supply level. So if price comes back, I want to see the price pushing it back to the downside. Alright, USD CAD. Pumped above the 50. Also the same thing, it did not coming back to my 618 level. I will still be waiting for this to come back before I take a sell. Alright. NZD USD is something that have already gone, right? This one did not give us the opportunity to take a buy. So right now I want to see this price breaking upside, and then we have a newer range on the hour 4, then we will look for opportunities. Alright, USD JPY will be my 15 minute. Alright, reason why I did not take this trade here is because, alright, if we do see, this is a very strong movement toward the downside, right? After the CPI came back down. If I want to take this trade, it will be somewhere here that I'm looking for, right? It took a change here. And if I'm going to get my feet back to this high, I'll be entering at the 618 here. It did not even tap in. Plus, not only that, my risk to reward is not beautiful as well. Because if I take an entry somewhere here, my risk to reward is only 1 to 2. Right? So I prefer not to get into this trade. I'll just wait out for USD JPY to break the upside again before I take another newer range, take a buy. Alright. GBP CAD. This would be my hour 4. Like I've said since yesterday, I'm waiting for this change here. I need to see this break above, right? And then retrace, and then I'll take a buy. Right? So if you look at GBP JPY, it's the same thing also, right? I want to take a buy on GBP JPY. I want to take a buy on GCAD as well, right? So that's what I'll be doing. So if we do see prices have been going higher and higher and higher, right? So I'm expecting the same thing to happen here, to break above, pull back, and then I'll take a buy. Alright. CAD JPY. I did not hop in this trade yet, alright? Because I don't have a solid confirmation. Right now on the hour 4, we do see this is our previous high. It came back low, it broke high again, right? So right now we are looking at somewhere here. It's not as beautiful as well, right? Because if let's just say, for example, we do see this price coming below, right? It broke below, right? What's the point for you to get into the trade? Because there might be a possibility that this is just going to hit the low. Right? But if let's just say it does happen something like this, right? Let's just say it dump, right? Comes back up and then dump, right? So basically, if we get our fib, something here, right? The entry at the 618. Stop loss is here. You only get about a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Right, the stop is here, slightly above, and this would be a TP. Right, you only get a 1 to 2. Right, it's something that we can take as well, but we need much more solid confirmation before we actually hop in. Alright, so we'll just wait out and see how this is going to play out. Okay, do you guys have any pairs that you want me to look at, or do you guys have any questions? you guys have anything to ask, please do feel free to just comment. All right, then if I'm able to help you guys out, I will definitely help you guys out. All right, so make sure you guys just comment whatever you guys want to say. In the meantime, I'll just look for other pairs that I did not bookmark. I can't click your link on bio. You can't click my link on bio. Ezra. Okay. If you have Telegram, right? If you have Telegram, what you can do is you go to your Telegram. All right. Go to your Telegram, and then what you do is you just search for this this link here, right? Key in this into your Telegram. All right, and then you will be directed to my my channel. All right, just click into this, then you will be directed into it. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's get back to looking at the chart. Okay, Ezra Zion R7, right? Hop onto your Telegram and just click this link. Just type in this link, and then you'll be directed instantly to my channel. All right. So basically, for you guys on TikTok, if you don't mind, you can hop onto my Telegram channel. All right, it's free. There's no such thing as you need to pay for subscription, because I do know that there are a few, that they ask you to pay for subscription to get into their channel, right? So basically, we don't do that. You just hop into my channel for free. You get signals, you get education, and basically, you get to see me do live every day, right? Basically, I do it Monday to Friday. I'm much more focused on the New York session. All right, basically like 8:30 already passed, right? 30 minutes ago. I focus mainly on the New York Open, right? Why do I do that? Is because the volume is much more there, and I did my back test many times, right? And I think that my strategy with my winning accuracy, right? It happens mostly on the New York session, right? So I avoid trading the Asia session. When London opens, what I do is I just hop onto the chart. I just mark out any newer zones that is happening. Like for example, right? Let's just say GBP and ZB, right? No, okay. Let's just say like Euro JPY, right? This has been breaking since today morning, right? It has been going higher and higher. So what I do, I just I have this break, so I just have a newer zone, right? A newer range. So I just wait for it to happen to pull back to my 50. Right, the moment it tap my 50, then I will look much closer to the 618 and the 786 level. So that's what I'll be doing. So basically, London, I will just look at the chart, but I will not be trading, right? But if in London I do see an opportunity to get in, then I will get in, and I will also release a signal to you guys. All right, so that's what I do on London session. And then I get my errands done. I run my errands and everything, and then I will just come back home and just get prepared for the New York session. So which is now, and we just hop on like yesterday we have CPI, right? We didn't manage to snatch anything, but Monday we actually got 70 pips out of gold, right? So basically, I took this trade here on Monday. This trade here. Right, it gave me all the way up to here, okay, and I have also trailed my stop losses, So unfortunately, it hit BE at about this level, right? Because my stop loss was at this level, it hit my BE at this level, so I got taken out by then. But nonetheless, I still managed to earn something here, right? So I was actually targeting this high, but it did not happen, and then it just dumped, and then yesterday's CPI it just broke below, right? So Monday I got something, yesterday I did not. not in a hurry to actually jump into another trade, right? And basically today, if there's an opportunity, I will take it like GPP and NZD. I'm just waiting for this to break below. So what I see is basically just a brief example, right? If we switch this to the line chart, right? You do see this high, low, right? And then this higher high being formed. This is a low, right? Another higher high, right? So where do I get my low? If according to the candle body, this would be my low, right? So it did not break here as well, and this is what we are waiting for. But if I'm looking at, why do I look at candles instead? Why do I take the wicks? It's because the price has tapped into this level before, right? So that is why I took this level, right? And we also can see that this level here and this level, we have one here, and we also have another one here, right? We do see that, we see clearly this candle, the wick is higher than this and this, but the body remains at the, look at these two candles, the body is at the same level, right? This is below this body, right? Which means we have, what we have here is basically a liquidity sweep, right? So we have this thing happen here, right? We have, first thing we have it here, right? We have it on this bearish candle, and then we have this as well, right? So we have two liquidity being taken out, right? And now what I'm waiting for is basically for this candle to dump, right? It's breaking this low, and then retrace, and then I'll take a sell. All right. Ezra, I'm just started. I want to ask what difference between PE and stop loss. Okay, good question. Very good question. All right. So okay. Let me just draw it out for you guys. Okay, easier to understand. All right. So right now, let's just say, all right, the chart is moving this way, right? It's going up, right? Which means it's very obvious that it's an uptrend, right? So what do you want to do when it gets here, right? You want to take a buy, probably, you know, at this level or whatever. So let's just say I have my fib, you know, I put my fib all the way to this level. So what you want to do is basically you want to hop in for a buy, right? Okay, if you want to hop in for a buy, right, for my strategy, of course I see a lot of other stuff before actually hopping. So let's just say you got your confirmation, everything, just waiting for price to coming back to this 618 and 786 level. So you put your buy here, the buy, right? And let's just say your stop is here, right? At this low, right? You give a buffer of a few more pips, right? Like for me, I give a buffer of 3 pips, right? And my TT would be basically at this high, right? This high here. Okay, so basically what you are supposed to do, right? When the price comes back, all right, when the price comes, right, you look for confirmation, right? Let's just say you have a confirmation already, right? So you enter here, right, and you want to take this buy and basically hit this high again, right? So what you see is basically you will see maybe a chart move like this, right? It come back below, it went higher, right? Something like this. Okay, let's just say the price is currently at this level here, right? Your stop loss originally was here, right? When you see this happen, this price broke this high, this high, this high, and this high eventually, right? It broke all these highs. So what do I see is basically I do know that, all right, I see prices here breaking all these highs. So what do I need to do is I have to take partials, right? Because I'm only like what another 6 pips away from my TP, just for example, yeah. So I do know, all right, so this is where I need to do some action, right? So what you can do is you can, let's say you entered like 1 lot or 2 lots, right? So you take half of it, take 50% or 70% or 80%, up to you. Right? Once you've taken it, this is your original SL. SL meaning it's stop loss, right? This is your original stop loss. What you do, right? Let me just put a line here, right? This is your stop loss, right? This, I'll change it to a red line, all right? This red line here is your stop loss. What you do, your entry level is here. When you take partials, right? Or you're not going to take partials, you see this breaking these highs. What you do, this stop loss, you move it above your entry. For example, if you're placing it just right here, this is your entry, yeah? This level is your entry. You place a stop loss above it, when you place it above, which means it's a break-even trade. If this price is going to reverse, and if it hit your stop loss here, right, you don't lose anything, right? Basically, this level here, when it hit, you are already break-even. All right, you already break-even. So basically, there's nothing much for you to be worried about. You've taken partials, you've placed your your PE, and if it hits, doesn't matter, let it hit, right? And eventually you may be able to look for a second opportunity to buy it up again, right? So that's the difference between stop loss and break even. So basically, break even it's a risk-free trade, and stop loss is your original risk. Right? Stop loss is basically your original risk, and PE it's risk-free. Right? We may have an opportunity for GPP and ZD. Right? If you can see, I take this as a change of character as well. Reason for that is because, like I've said, price eventually has already came back to this low, right? So what I need to do is just wait for a confirmation. I need to wait for this candle close, and then I will determine where I'm going to take my trade again. All right. So Ezra Zion R7 on TikTok. Hope you understand what's the difference between SL and BE. Right? SL is your original stop loss, your original risk, which if it hits, then you lose that trade, right? Break even is something that you are risk free, and if you hit BE, you don't lose that trade. You are still in profits, but it's a very, very minor profits, right? If let's say your BE, you keep trailing it, go higher and higher. Let's say you take a buy, and if you go higher, you pull your, you adjust your break even higher and higher and higher. Then basically, if it hits your break even, you earn as well. It's just that you earn slightly more, right? So that's the difference. So basically, it's a risk-free trade, zero risk. All right, MIMS, good info. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's just something that I hope you guys can learn out of it, right? So because if let's say you're targeting to your maximum take profit, you're targeting, that's where your destination is, right? So if the price has already started running and you're earning, like let's say a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk to reward, right? I don't see why not you should adjust your stop loss to break even. Right? If you don't adjust your stop loss and if it reverses, then you're going to lose that trade. You don't earn a single cent, right? So if you are earning 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk to reward already, I think it's something that you should and you must do, right? You should adjust your stop loss to break even so that you are in a zero risk free trade, and you don't have to worry so much what is going to happen next, right? You can just focus on a next setup, focus on the next pair, right? So it's something that I think is very useful to traders, right? So that's what you should be doing, right? So we'll see if we can get an opportunity in GBP and ZB, right? There are about 5.5 more minutes. We'll wait for this candle to close, and then we will look for opportunity. But bear in mind, GBP and ZD, the spread is quite huge. Yeah? Just let me show an example on the broker that I'm using. Let me just look for that pair. Give me a minute. Alright, so if you guys on TikTok, if you can see, right, this is my live account, right? If you can see GBP and ZD 33 here, right? GBP and ZD 33, 36, right? This one here, yeah. That 30 plus, that 20 plus is the spread, right? Which means if it's, let's say it's 35, which means it's 3.5 pips, right? So if you click into it and let's just see, all right, GBP and ZD, you look into the chart, all right, you can see this difference here, right? That difference is the spread, right? So it's a pretty huge spread for a pair, GBP and ZD. So if we get into this trade, we will have to give a little bit much more buffer, right? Because basically, usually my buffer is I give extra 3 pips for all the pairs, regardless how big the spread is. But something like GBP and ZD, AUD and ZD, or like CHF pairs, I I will give a slightly more, probably I give like a total of 5 pips buffer because of the spread issue. I saw imbalance area down there because we use demand area. You mean MIMS? You mean for which pair? Yeah? Which pair? Are you saying GBP NZD? You saw imbalance area down there. If you're saying GBP NZD, there's definitely a lot of imbalance. Current pair, this is GBP NZD. Alright, so if you're saying imbalance, right, we do have one here. Right, we have one imbalance here. And then we also, no, this is being mitigated. We do have this one here as well. Right, so basically you have two of these what do you call imbalance here, right? But this one is not a buy. For this current pair, GBP and NZD is not a buy. This pair is basically I want to take a sell, right? But I need this candle to close, and I want to see how far this is going to move before it retraces. Right? If it's something like this, I can't take an entry. This let me be clear. This is GBP and NZD, right? I set an alert here to break this level, right? This price has went below, right? Left a wick, all right? I will take an entry basically at this 618 level here, all right? Just let me show you guys how. So let's just say I give an extra of 5 pips. I'm at a 14 pip stop. And my TT will be all the way at this low. Alright, so my risk to reward is basically a 1 to 4.46 if you guys can see. Alright, it's a 1 to 4.46. Alright. Okay, higher. Right, so I can't have to basically I basically need this candle to close below and then maybe another candle to go below, closing and bearish, and then the third candle maybe it start to retrace. Then I will take an entry. But if it's like this, I can't take an entry like that. Alright? So it's something that I think you guys if you're gonna use like my strategy like this, because I back test doesn't mean that you practice on a few pairs it works on that pair. Basically that strategy works on every pair. It's just that you need to see it clearly. Alright? Thank you, I'm clear. No problem, you're welcome. Focus on sell. Right now on the 15-minute, yes, I'm focusing on sell. On the 15-minute, yes, I'm focusing on a sell. I'm looking for sell opportunity. Right, this candle is probably just going to close it this way. We'll just wait and see if this will go down before we start taking an entry. Because something like this is not a trade that I would be taking. Just give me a moment. I think my Wi-Fi gave me some issue, right? Because if I pull my feed, right, there's nothing. Right, so just let me refresh. Hi sir, can you explain about GBP JPY? Yeah, sure. Give me a minute, yeah. Just let me check if my line is back. Alright, okay. Okay, so GBP JPY, I'm on the hour 4. Alright, so GBP JPY, okay. So hour 4 chart, yeah. So what I did is, okay, let me just remove this. Right, let me just zoom out smaller. Right, so if you guys can see, I didn't mark it out at this level. I started at this level, right? I have this high, this low. Eventually, it broke above, right? I have a new high, right? So we see just from here alone, it has been high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Right. Let's look here. It broke above, right? It came back a little, right? This go higher. How do I determine that this is my newer high? Basically, I take a fib from this low, I pull all the way to this high. Alright? When you look at this high, the price did not tap my 50. If it did not tap, I'm not using this as a high. I need to tap at least half of the range. Right, so this is my range. It did not come back at least half. So I'm not using this. So I'll just wait, and it came all the way here. I pulled it here, right? At this high. The high, you have to include the wick here. You have to include the wick as well. Okay, I'm using the wick as well, right? I have to use the wick as well because that's where the price has gone to, right? This price, and then the price dumped, came back higher, and then dumped, and then eventually it went to the 50s, right? Went to the 50s, so I can confirm that this is my new high here, right? So what I now need to do is basically GBP, JPY, I'm waiting for a buy, right? I'm waiting for a buy position. So if I'm going to buy GBP, JPY, I want to buy in a much more nicer price. Basically, just put it into simple terms, a better price for me to start buying. Right? There's no harm you can buy at the 50. Right? If you see here, on the 50, it just tapped and it just gone. Came back, gone. Right? There's no harm. You can buy on the 50. You can buy at the 382 as well. Right? But for me, I prefer it's a lower area. Right? So basically, I have this 786 and 618 zone. And at the same time, I have this demand area. Right? So I'm just waiting for price to tap into this demand. And then I want to see the price pushing it higher. And then eventually breaking this high. Right? So this is what I want to see on GBP, JPY. So if you want me to explain about GBP, JPY, basically what I see on GBP, JPY on the hour 4, even though this is coming down, right? What I have is basically, if it needs to move further down, it has to take out this low. It has to break this low. Breaking this low, right? Basically, BOS, break of structure, and this structure is moving upwards. To break a structure, you need the candle body to close below, right? Don't get me wrong, yeah? Candle body to close below. Change of character, meaning you only need the wick itself. Just like GBP and ZD. Alright, GBP and ZD. This wick alone, shadow alone, I will take it as a change of character. But if you see my BOS, my break of structure, I need a candle to break as well. Right, change of character, that's the wick. Change of character. This change of character, I'm using the body. Reason for that is because we do see this break of structure, it means price is going up. But then this price reversed and broke below, breaking this low. Right, so I put this as a change of character, which means this price is moving downwards now. The structure is moving downwards. Right, so that's why I will have a sell position here ready to be taken once confirmation is given. Alright, so GBP, JPY, Hazuran on TikTok, I hope you understand. I'll be looking for buys, but I will need this price to come below before I start buying. Alright, I need to tap into this demand area, my demand area there. Right, the moment it tapped in, I will look for a buy. So basically, if you look at this zone, this difference here, it's a 222 pips. Right, so for this price to drop all the way down here, I'm not saying it's impossible. It is possible. We need to wait for it to happen. If it doesn't and it broke above, then we have a newer zone, newer range that we will look for a buy. Alright. So hopping back to GBP and ZD. Alright, like I've said, if let's say I'm very aggressive now, right? And if let's say I'm just gonna take this trade here. I will use, let's say I'm going to use a 3 pips buffer. In total, I'll have a 1 to 5 risk to reward. Right, order has been triggered and currently rushing, but like I said, one, two candles alone is not something that I will take, right? You can take it, but it is very, very high risk, right? Anytime you can just sweep this liquidity again, right? Can happen. It can break above again, and then come back down, and then give you a proper change of character, a proper retracement, and then it start to dump, right? It can happen this way. So, honestly speaking, I'm not going to take this trade right now. I'm not going to hop in. I'll just wait and see if it's going to sweep this liquidity. Alright, but I'll just play this thing here, right? And I just want to see how it reacts, right? Let's look at the other pair. AUD and ZD, I'm also looking for a sell, but I need this to break below. I need this to break below this low, and then a retracement, and then I'll take a sell back to this low. GPP and ZD, right, you see, this is my high. Like I said, break of structure, or this structure is moving downwards. But if this is going to break above, I will mark it as change of character because it changed the whole structure of this moving downwards, right? This is my high. Look here. Look closely. The candle did not break above, right? Look closely. The candle did not break above. Only the shadow, right? Only shadow, right? And the body is closed inside, just below the line, right? Below the high. So this is not a break for me, okay? But I do see that most probably on a 15-minute something like this, right? I believe that this is going to just break above here, probably in the next 2 or 3 candles. It will break above, and you will have a newer zone to start buying, right? Because if this level here, this supply level is strong enough, it should have already pushed the price down, right? But it did not, right? It came back up, it ranged for a long time. News happened, broke below, retraced, broke below again, and then it comes higher, right? So I don't think that this supply level here is strong enough to push the price down. I believe that this is going to go higher, right? Well, I'll just let it be and let it do its thing before I hop in. Euro JPY, I'm waiting for it to retrace back to this level and then hop in at this demand. At the moment, there's nothing that I can hop in yet, right? Because there's no solid confirmation for me. Even though there's an opportunity, it is very risky. Very, very risky. Like GCAT, I'm looking for a buy, right? I have this tap in here. Okay, this tap in here. I just need this to break above this high. A candle or just a wick will do. A shadow breaking above. And then I will start using my feet to see where I can enter at the price at. Right, then we'll see how it reacts. For now, there's no other pairs that we can look at to actually take a possible entry. Right, even for CAD JPY, it's far way low here. You need to break. Right, I think the best bet right now is just not even gold. Right, gold we don't even have anything. Right. If you do see, basically after CPI, right, from here, we look at this area here. It's just been ranging, right? Came down, gone up, came down, came up halfway and started to range slowly and come higher. Right, but I'm not going to hop in on gold because there's nothing for me to hop on at the moment. Right, so I think the best bet is just basically AUD and ZD is one that we need to see a change. GBP and ZD as well, but something like this is not for me to take. I'm not going to take something like this. The risk is very high. The risk is very high. You know, it might sweep this liquidity here. It might take out this liquidity and then start dumping again. So I will just let it be for now. But if there's a signal, if there's a possible entry, I will definitely let you guys know. Alright, so please make sure you guys hop onto my channel. Alright, my Telegram channel. Where is it? If you can't, because actually someone actually said they can't click on my link in my bio. I'm not sure why. I'll just paste one here. Alright, feel free, please, yep, hop onto your Telegram, and then just type in this thing, right? And then you'll be basically directed into this channel. So I have only one, basically our team here, we have a few channels, right? But it's basically a different language, right? But everything's the same, right? It's just that we dedicate to English, we dedicate to Chinese, and also Bahasa, right? So this is my one and only English channel. Yeah, if there's another English channel out there, it's basically something that's not ours, right? So this is one of these our channel, English channel. So please do hop in. I will give you guys the signal if it's ready. All right, and basically, if there's nothing, I'll just wait for tomorrow on a Thursday. If there's something on Thursday, we will take it. All right. So TikTok, I'm going to end my live. So thank you guys for joining my live. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Thank you and bye bye. On Twitch, I'm not sure who is this. Check its Traxler's newest YouTube video. You will okay. He wants to play a new season with you. Less than 3 subtitles. As I'm not sure how you pronounce this on Twitch. Let me check. I'm not sure if that message is meant for me. I don't think so, because I think it's Traxler. This guy is just a gamer, right? Which is not me. I'm not a gamer. I'm a trader, so I think maybe you got the wrong chat here. So YouTube and Twitch, I'm basically trying to hop in on GBP NZD, but it's not a solid one for me, right? Like I've said, these two candles alone, I can't determine it as an entry for me. Even though yes, it tapped and it started to go on, but I don't feel confident like this. Right, simple, right? So it did not go as high I want it to be. I just want it to go lower, and then a proper retracement, not a one candle that breaks and retrace. I'm not going to do something like this. I'm not going to hop in. Simple as that, right? I just basically left this thing here, all right, to see how this is gonna go, right? I'm not gonna jump in, obviously, like I've said, because a one candle that did the change and a pullback is not something that it's not something that I would take, because it's not a proper confirmation for me. Right? So we'll see how it goes. If this is gonna go to TP, then I will do some back tests on regards to this and see if it's possible to actually hop in. Right, but nonetheless, I will just wait and just see how this is going to occur. If this is going to something much more nicer, I want this right to break above this high, sweep all this liquidity, come back down, break the low here, right, and a proper retracement. Then I'll take a sell back to the downside. Simple as that. All right. Stand strong, that's the price you pay. Right now on the other pairs, basically there's nothing that we can take. Right? There's no trades that we can take to, like for AD USD, this has already gone. Right? I want the price to come back up, taking out all this liquidity, right? Coming back down, proper confirmation before I dump it again. AUD and ZACD, I'm waiting for this change here. If this is going to pump higher, then I need to pump back down and break this low here, right? Then we can see a proper retracement and then we can hop in again. Other than that, basically there's nothing that we can look at for now at the moment. Basically, even though I'm also interested on gold, but there's nothing for me to trade on gold because the price is not back to this 50 level. Right, it's not back to this level, so I also can't take a trade just based on this. Alright, so we'll just wait out and see how it's going to work out, and yeah, I will update you guys in my channel. So make sure you guys are in my channel, right? Don't miss out.
Psycho, a little bit psycho, and then she's screaming, I'm on my mind, on my mind. Oh, she's hopping to psycho, so left but she's right though, and then she's screaming, I'm on my mind, on my mind. She'll make you crash, but she a blessing. She'll rip you shut within a second. You'll be coming back 3 seconds with your praise. You just can't help it. No, you'll play along, let her lead you on. You'll be saying no, then saying yes, yes, yes. Cause you're messing with your head. Oh, she's inside.
Alright, so I'm gonna be ending my live, and basically I'll look out for AUD USD and also AUD and ZACD. If something will happen for us, then we will try and hop in. Other than that, like GBP and ZACD is something that I'm not going to take because, like I said again, one candle that did the change of, that did the confirmation and also the pullback, it's not something that I'm going to take a risk on. Alright, so I'll do a live tomorrow as well, right? And please hop in, right? That's it. I'm going to just end my live today here because basically there's, even with the New York Open, currently the market is a bit slow. Right, market is a bit slow, so I'm not going to risk anything at the moment. I will check back on the chart later to see if there's any possible entries. If there is, I will definitely update you guys. So I'm going to end my live here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on my live stream as well. Alright, so thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you soon. Thank you and bye.